no one should hear us, but I sent it live and it's on the screen of teasing.
It's on the teaser screen. Let me get onto the old Ness friend.
Yeah.
It says it's coming up in 3 minutes. Doesn't show live yet. Never gonna be on paradise. Never meant to see those angels' eyes.
On there. What's that?
I think it's a song called Angel Eyes. It's on my In the Groove machine. I don't know who the artist is, but I sometimes dance to it.
Did you just get done dancing? Is that what you were up to?
I dance most days, but no, I just got done playing my Analog Pocket.
Oh yeah, that thing looked good, man.
Also, it's live now and I can hear us. Hey guys.
Oh. You can hear us?
Yeah, I heard myself singing Angel Eyes just now.
On the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Well then, I guess I should find a way to look at the chat. It's weird. I don't have this audio in that scene, but that's okay. We'll go live in 2 minutes. We'll just talk awkwardly behind here while I get things set up.
Hey, that's okay. We'll pretend like this JPEG is blocking us from anybody. You guys can see us.
Yeah. How does YouTube work again? I forget. I'm trying to go find the chat, and I don't know where it is. There it is. We'll go live
Hey,
in 2
Top.
minutes. We'll just talk.
Trav is very quiet. I'm always really loud. I think that I cranked my gain way too high for Trav to handle. Hey, that's okay. We'll pretend like this JPEG is blocking us from anybody. Are you quiet or am I loud? That's what we must learn.
Doggone. Alright. Is this better, Top Spot? Can you hear me now? I was actually kind of quiet on purpose because I was mumbling.
Mmm.
Yeah. Alright. What do we got in here? Up to 4 people.
Only 2 of them are us.
Yeah, well that's good.
I'm never gonna hurt.
And that's not a JPEG, by the way. That's just straight text, Steve.
I hate to come out the gate with a fresh lie.
Not to come in late on you there, but it just hit me. Very loud keyboard. You're saying to me. All right, well. Sorry.
Yeah, that's my fault, Top. It's an enormously loud keyboard that I don't intend on typing on anymore.
Let's bring it in.
Yeah.
I've had to move my microphone closer to my face, and now it's in view, which is frustrating. I think Steve froze. See, this was the problem.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You are. You look dead. You're not moving. Let me see.
Oh, what if I was just holding that pose? Let's turn off the old Camerino Bambino, turn that puppy right back on, and see if I come back.
Yep. Oh, we're struggling with it though. You froze again on me. You moved a little bit, and then you're back to frozen. You're like Elsa from that movie. You're frozen. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do though.
Off.
I've had some issues with the Discord program. I'm going to go through browser, and I'm going to hit you that way. So I'm actually going to close out the source feed over here.
Okay.
You know what could have been the issue there? I had you live, and when I took you off, I see you moving there. This could be a resources issue. Let me see. Bring you back.
Bringing you back. Bringing you back.
Now you're unfrozen.
Am I moving?
You're moving now. For me. But when I make you go live, you freeze exactly how I bring you back. That's hilarious. There, now you're kind of a karate pose there.
I was doing the old box around the head move. All right, hang on. I can lower my gain here.
Lower the gain. Maybe it's
you microphone boys. All right, how's that? Am I coming in? Am I tickling your eardrums now?
I mean, see, now you're moving. And I'm gonna bring you back. Frozen exactly how I bring you back.
We're gonna have to time the showing of the games to that half-second window that you have every time.
We're gonna do something. Hold on.
All right. Well, while Trav troubleshoots the video, Burger Top, Greg, am I quieter?
Steve. Okay. Gosh dang. Let me crank it. Where's Trav at? Where's my microphone at? Here we go. How about now? Is that good? I'm in the yellow over here. We're in the yellow.
Oh, he's in the yellow. I'm barely touching the yellow.
Oh, I just shot coffee out of my face. I don't know.
You're supposed to shoot it into your face.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how to make Steve move. Still loud? I thought we were trying to be not loud.
I think I'm loud.
Oh, you're loud. This is becoming a whole comedy
right now, Trav? Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, you're low though.
Well, that's the. Am I too low to you?
No, I think they wanted me louder. I don't think they needed you quieter.
My gain is literally at 0.
See, we got a better Trav over here. We got a better Trav, which is good. And I assume coming in hot means good.
I assume he means that I'm being too noisy.
See, now you're too low to me, Steve. You're too low. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Hey, how about now? Am I better?
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to get rid of you. And then I'm going to... Yep, sorry. And I'm going to call you back on the browser to see if I can get you in motion. I want to capture your movements. I want to see you live and moving around. All right. Got rid of you there. Close that. Let's get you there. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see if we can get the man in the flesh moving around.
We're moving.
He's moving around. I think I see him there. I think the folks can see him moving. I might have solved it.
The gentle video game sway.
All right. Steve sounds best. Does Trav sound okay?
Oh my god. Maybe you all just sound a little too picky. Have you thought of that?
Yeah, you guys using your good ears? Thanks for laughing at that. That wasn't very good, but I appreciate it. You've always been a team player. That's what I like about you.
Yeah, I got your back. Don't worry.
Hey, man. 5 minutes out. We're in here, dude. We're all right. How's everybody doing? You guys ready to see some handheld games that you also probably own? You ready to see us own them? Huh?
I'm ready to see him.
Check this out. I got a special guest tonight. I got my boy Ralph in the house. He wanted to hang out. He's a little old, so he takes a lot of naps, but also I got this cup that he got me for Christmas one year. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good cat, pretty good coffee, pretty good cup. Pretty good cup. Steve, you look preoccupied. You alright?
Yeah, I'm trying to tweet this bad boy out so people know.
Oh, good. Yeah, they gotta know.
So, why don't you just, tell them what we're going to do today?
Yeah, okay. So, we're going to be going through our handheld collection. Do I think Jake might show? Jake doesn't even know we're doing this. Jake has no idea. He's listening to heavy metal somewhere, rubbing his beard pensively. But what we got going, and by the way, I know that's in reference to your sweet email to me, and I don't appreciate it. We got some handheld consoles and collections coming at you tonight. Mostly Nintendo. We got the classic Game Boy. Give it up for the Game Boy. We got the Game Boy Color coming in there. We've got the Game Boy Advance. Does it get more advanced than that? Turns out, yeah. It does. We got the DS. That's dual screen. And then we have the 3DS, which is 3 dual screens, but they only sold 2 on the system. I only had 2 on them. Did you get 3 dual screens on yours? That would have been 6 screens.
No, I just got the basic model, the economy, the 2-screener.
Yeah, that's what I got. We got Virtual Boy, which I know everybody loves and wants to see.
True.
People are excited about that. We got the Gamecom tonight, not a Nintendo machine, but a machine, we'll say. You could call it that. And then we have some other Steve just nodding, not a fan of the Gamecom himself. And then we have just some. It's
your favorite system. I would never take it from you.
We have some random things. We have some assorted handhelds and devices. And I don't know, Steve. We were talking about maybe whipping out some of the Tiger handhelds. I don't know if you brought a stack with you, but I brought the one I have.
I didn't, but you know what? I am willing to stand up and walk the 5 paces it takes to grab it.
Do you want me to...
Not right now, but later.
I was going to say, do you want me to take your camera off so people can't see your sweet backside? Or do you want me to leave that on?
I think you're going to want to leave that on. Well, it depends. Do you want more subs? Because if so, you're going to want to leave that on.
I want more subs, and I want to get those Heine follows. That's what I'm here for. Right. Well, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're geared up. You're going to have a good Christmas. Maybe you'll even get a handheld game or two yourself. I don't know. I do not know. Steve, maybe we should tell them a little bit about what we do. Because, there's the Nest Friend. That's just videos of old NES games that nobody plays anymore. But there's more that we do here. And I say we, more that I do. And then we do this polykill together. You've never done anything with Nest Friends, the point I'm making, ever. You don't even watch it. That's fine. Just saying.
Not true.
What?
Not true. All right. I didn't even realize that you could get past that opening drawbridge in Dragon's Lair. And I wouldn't know that the elevators are, essentially random if it weren't for you. Boom.
Those elevators are bad. The Wonder Swan, didn't we already do the Wonder Swan?
Yeah, I think we did.
If we didn't, we can do it again.
If you're still around at the end top and you ask nicely, it's literally, I think I can hit it from the chair. I could grab it. So we'll talk.
We'll talk. All right. I have no way of knowing how many people are in here because I can't get anything to load. So you know what? I'm just going to say, let's just jump in to the Game Boy. Let's just kick it off. So, yeah. I'm going to kick it over. We're going to look at some of Steve's sweet, sweet vids of his gosh dang Game Boy collection. And we are off. It's not... Is it playing? There it goes. Boy.
You'll have to tell me everything. You'll have to narrate and...
Oh, we've lost Steve.
Oh, there it is. Now I'm suddenly seeing my Game Boy stuff.
Oh, is it moving at all? Because I'm having some issues. We're churning hard over here. We're churning.
The video's moving. Yeah.
Good.
I've never seen my Game Boy collection so close up. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, cameras are mean.
That I need to take.
Yeah. We might be looking at it for a while because my mouse is stuck. Oh, there we go.
But my gosh, is there anything better than a box Game Boy game?
I mean, probably, right? But, your collection here looks pretty good.
Man, that is beautiful.
On my end, though, hard to look at because my computer can't handle the truth. So I'm going to have to click off of it. We got to go back to us. I'm so sorry. But tell us about that collection. Let's go full Steve. Tell us about that collection. Where did it all start for you? Huh?
So the Game Boy, the Game Boy is not my first handheld. I actually never had an original DMG Game Boy. I started with the Color, but I had plenty of original Game Boy games. So you saw in there, it's a collection. I've got 33 OG Game Boy games.
Not bad.
Almost all of them are complete. I'm missing one manual, which is Star Wars Empire Strikes Back is the only Game Boy manual that I'm still missing out of my collection.
Huh.
But most of these have been picked up, I would say, in that sweet spot where I had a job, but before every piece of Game Boy cardboard was absurdly expensive. So, yeah, very fun system. I'm having a bit of a resurgence with it. I was just playing Donkey Kong right before this stream.
And that's a great game on the system. A top fiver for me.
Yeah, it's very fun. And it's nice because I need to replace the battery in that cartridge, but now I don't need to because I can just use the save states on the analog in place of wherever a save would be. So
yeah, I hear you there. Do you have any loose, or you box only with that?
No, I mean not a loose one in the house. I might have some loose ones in like the trade pile or something, but at this point everything is boxed up, and so it either comes in cardboard or it doesn't come in at all.
Yeah, well, that's elitist, but what am I going to do? So, I'm kidding. No, literally nothing works for me right now. Apps on my phone aren't even loading anymore. I think I'm caught in some type of vortex. So if it all goes downhill, I'm so sorry, folks. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's a good looking collection. I don't have, you don't see many Game Boy boxes, or at least I don't. I think it's they're pretty rare to come across in that Nintendo pantheon of system and boxes and all that.
Yeah, people I think just tossed them out. Kids ripped them open, pulled the card out. They didn't care anymore. So
yeah,
very often it's just card only. And man, right up there with like Game Gear and maybe truly complete in box turbo graphics.
Mm-hmm.
The price of complete versus the price of loose on a Game Boy game is something else. I mean, you spike 200-300, sometimes more percent just to get the cardboard on it.
No joke. What are some Game Boy games still out there that you want? What's on that short list?
There's a lot of them. And they used to be more affordable card only, but some of these are even expensive card now.
Mm-hmm.
There's stuff like Great Greed is one that I really want. Sort of Hope 1 and 2 I'd really like to get.
Sort of Hope, okay. I thought you said like
Knight's Quest
Sorta
is another
Hope,
one.
like Kinda Hope.
It's a maybe hope,
Okay.
It's I'm optimistic hope.
Yeah.
Uh,
I could go
yeah, I'd say Sort of Hope 1 and 2 are probably the ones that I'm most looking for. But again, I say looking for in like I sure would love to find them at a garage sale, not in like I'll buy the next copy that comes up on eBay because
yeah.
my Game Boy collecting has slowed down.
Yeah, I get little stints here and there where I want to get into it, and it's because, and I don't go after the cardboard really for any system. I'll go after a plastic case if your system has those, but I just think the carts are so dang cute, and I just love them. Little cartridges, they're just like little Nintendo tapes. It's so good.
Yeah, they're adorable. Also, I think the library on the Game Boy probably for me still has some of the most unexplored territory. There's a lot of Game Boy stuff I have not checked out, or like I don't have that much awareness of even how it plays.
Yeah, and that's why you got to check out Game Boy there on the old YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm going to try one more time to show your video with the hopes that my computer doesn't crash. But did you record these with like a Mars rover camera, or like whatever they used to take like extremely high resolution photos of the moon? Because I think the files are huge, and that's maybe part of the problem. I should have whittled them down to a nice, concise, tight little video.
I recorded them on my phone. I didn't look. I probably still have it set to like 4K video. So we're probably running the most overkill video we possibly could.
All right. Well, I think we are. I'm gonna pop it back up again, and folks, if everything goes south, we'll be back. Also, before we get kicked off the internet, hello to Captain Drachma, and of course Greg. We've already said hello to Top Spot. Eventual Knits in the house. Hello. And Hungry Bill, or Hangry William, as he is more properly referred to. All right, here we go. I'm going to hit it. Oh, boy. All right. Oh, I can smell smoke.
He's pressing the self-destruct button.
I smell smoke. Hang in there. Hope you guys can see it. This is one more run through this. Oh, boy. She's chugging. Yep, I've lost visual of Steve. Oh boy, hope we make it to the end. Okay, all right. I don't know. Does it look smooth on to everyone?
You want that quirk box?
All right.
I see it, but I don't know.
Would it look smooth to you? Because I'm looking at the source.
I don't know what you may or may not be seeing. Top Spot, I'll send you the quirk box if you send every other box I don't have yet. So just give me a run of your collection. I'll take everything I still need, and I'll trade you for the quirk box.
All right. Well, let's.
Dang, she's a beaut.
Let's take it over to Trav, shall we?
Yeah.
I got some stuff going on here, folks. What I'm going to show you first will be my Loose Boys. Hopefully, when I hit play on this one, we don't have a meltdown. Let's see. Looks smoother. So see, I recorded with just a regular old phone. I didn't tweak the settings. This is just a regular Christian camera. None of that 4K nonsense. And we can see here. Now, see, my Game Boy cards look like I found most of them in a car accident. But that's just how they look when you get them loose.
Did you?
A lot of them get chewed on by babies and dogs and beavers and whatever else. And so, yeah, these are... You know, actually, that Bomberman Game Boy, that's the Bomberman GB. That's the new addition to the collection there. Love a Bomberman.
What is Navy Seals? That's the perfect example. I've never even heard of that game before.
It's not great. Not good. There's a reason. There's a reason why. I'd say that Adventure Island. That's a good version of that game. And then you got a port there. Not a port. It's a not a port at all actually, but it is a sequel to A Boy and His Blob. There, Rescue of Blobette. I think it's as janky and hard as A Boy and His Blob on the game. That Sunsoft Daffy Duck is a frickin' banger. Casper is an awful game. Yes, that Final Fantasy... I probably actually chewed on that Final Fantasy Legend. I wasn't a huge fan. Alright, so that's the look of things for my loose Game Boy games. So, let me go ahead and show a couple other things here. I don't remember where I got this idea, but if it's a Top Spot idea, is to take your Game Boy games, if you got a bunch of loose ones, so I have more here, these are different, is if you have some loose ones, and you have some cassette cases, or you can go on eBay, you can get a whole bunch of blank cassette cases, print out your own art, put them in there, and it works really well. And actually I brought one to show off here on camera itself, but it's pretty cool. The problem being that, you know, I used somebody's, like, what is it called, Mediafire or something like that, whatever website they have to store their art files, and they only made art for the games that they had, so I could only get some of them, and I didn't have the wherewithal to make them myself. But if there's more, maybe someone has already, this has been a couple years ago, maybe there's art for more of the games, I would actually go back through and print more of these off, because I like the way it looks. I like having the spines of the Game Boy games. So I'm not willing to pay for the cardboard, but I'll buy the plastic and throw it in there. So there's that. So again, I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. And then I think I also have a pick of, I have 5, oh, not that, I have 5 boxed Game Boy games. Now I want to say this is a mix of like Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance boxes all in one. So that's every Game Boy ... box that I own. Not very many, as you can see. And that Hulk, I think, is sealed. So, I mean, who even wants that? Nobody. No, it's not sealed, actually. One of them I thought was. Maybe not. Maybe it's Turok. I don't know. But, yeah. Well, there you go. So, let's kick it back out to... let's go full Trav. And
always go full Trav.
Go full Trav here. By the way, if you haven't seen, guys, my cat's here tonight. He's, come on. Say hi to everybody. There he is. There he is. So, show them the underside. They like that. That's right. We got, here's a cassette case. Looks pretty cool. You got nothing on that side. That's the side you put toward the wall. Over here, though, sweet end label. You can't argue with that. Pop her open. what you got to do, you get your cassette case. It's anytime you get a cassette case, it's got the two little cassette nipples there for fitting the tape in, right? Well, you couldn't fit a Game Boy game in there if you had both of those there, so you got to clip one out. But that's the side that you don't want the art to rest against, right? You gotta make sure that the art doesn't hit that part. So put the back to that, and there you go. Shut it in there. It actually doesn't touch it, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I thought maybe it did. The only problem is if you have the manual's not going to fit in here, so it's not like a solution if you have manuals. I have my manuals in like another binder anyway, so it's okay. But if you like to keep your manuals and games together, this isn't the greatest solution. But if you do like to have them on the shelf and identifiable with an end label, it's pretty cool because cassette cases are pretty cheap. And I don't know. I think it's a good look. So.
Have you considered just cutting the manual in half to fit it in there?
I mean, you could. They're easy to cut. They're just paper. So that is a solution.
Very true.
I don't think I brought anything else for the Game Boy. So, which is weird because I think that's maybe the system I cared the most about of this lot that we're going to get into today. I know you're a little bit more of maybe an advanced DS, 3DS era type. But I have a strong affection for the Game Boy. It might be the only thing growing up that I got brand new until like the PS2. Like I remember getting that, like it wasn't like a hand-me-down, it wasn't a Craigslist find that my parents got. Like I had a Game Boy in the box. I remember the box, revealing itself through some gift paper and being like, holy smokes, I got a Game Boy. It's what I want. It's so bad. So, good memory. Good times.
Very nice. Do you know, like, do you have any games to show, like, your rarest boys on the system? Any hidden gems, anything like that?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I don't think I have... to say what I did about, like, loving the Game Boy, I really don't have a good feel for what is, like, a rare and sought-after gem. I mean, they're out there, sure, but I feel like most of the top crop, like your Zeldas and your Bomberman and your Kirbys and all that stuff, ubiquitous enough, affordable enough, at least at the time I started. So I feel like most of the things that I want. So the hidden gems are just ones that I just haven't heard about yet, I guess.
All right, here I got a couple that I'll show. Why don't you flip it over?
Yeah, I'd like to enlighten the folks.
Oh, all right, first off,
HWF champ. What's HWF stand for? Let me think. Heavyweight Federation. Is that a thing?
Game Boy is interesting. If you're just looking for what are your most like valuable or sought after games in the Game Boy, sites like Price Charting are just going to pull up the really popular stuff. So we can knock those out.
Yeah.
Popular boys include that Metroid 2.
Of course. Yeah.
Ooh. And then, of course...
which I was just showing off.
You gotta have them Pokemons.
Yeah, I missed the boat on those. And those are probably hard to get now, I imagine, for the original Game Boy, right?
Absurdly expensive. But I got a couple of, like are we allowed to say hidden gems on YouTube? Are you gonna get...
I don't think you'll come after us here. We're pretty obscure. I think
okay.
Metal Jesus' lawyers are busy looking at other people.
Hiding in obscurity. This is one that you might know. If you've never played it, the Game Boy version of Zen, the Intergalactic Ninja.
Oh, the Game Boy version?
Very fun. Short, but man, what a soundtrack on that.
Is it better than the... I mean, I assume it's better than the NES version, because that one's not like a banger or anything.
I've never played the NES version, if I recall correctly. I've only ever played the Game Boy one. Okay. But it's fun.
Is it? All right.
It's fun. All right, this is the most well-known, but any opportunity I have to shill for this game, I'm going to take it.
Okay.
And that is Mole Mania.
Here, let me highlight you, by the way. What am I doing? Let's get more Steve.
My gosh, is Mole Mania fun.
Let's go full Steve. I'm so sorry, folks.
Oh, gotta go full Steve. So if you've never played this, it's like a top-down puzzle game where there's 2 levels, so the mole running around on top of the grass and then the mole underneath, like digging through tunnels and stuff, and you're just trying to like pop in and out in order to solve puzzles and navigate screen to screen. But it's super, super good. In fact, when I first got the Pocket and I was testing it out and I wanted to impress Sprite, I said, hey Sprite, look at this fancy new toy I got. And I popped in Mole Mania for her to see just what the screen looked like, and she just ended up playing it for like 15 minutes because it's super fun.
Whoa.
And then my last, like, random recommendation, if you've never seen it before, Battle Unit Zeoth. Really cool side-scrolling shooter. Nice, big, beautiful sprites and stuff.
Oh, wow, yeah. I've seen that one.
On this one.
You know, I see it a lot, actually, but I've never really known much about it.
It's very much like the Game Boy Special, like just a random game that exists only on the Game Boy, and nowhere else. No sequels, nothing, as far as I know. And then this one, the last one I grabbed to show, my first Game Boy game, my first love, got the old Final Fantasy Legend 3.
That's handsome.
Still got that pencil mark on the back from when I was a kid, and decided to accidentally put it probably in my pencil case or something.
Oh, you dumbass.
I know. But yeah, that's what I grabbed. A lot of fun stuff on Game Boy.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Cool. See, people are all in there. They're saying Mole Mania is a banger. Burger knows. Eventual Nits knows.
You know,
Top
it's funny.
Spot knows.
A lot of people said Mole Mania, or at least, I guess Burger Champ said Mole Mania rules, but for some reason when Top Spot said, I want Mole Mania, YouTube sent me a message and said, hey man, do you want to review this one, or... I was like, you can show that. A lot of people want Mole Mania. That's not weird.
Top, you say you missed out and the price is shot up now? That is a bummer. I think when I got it, I think I picked it up from a local game store not too long ago. You know, relatively. I think it was 4 years ago, and it was $40. Which at the time I thought, oh, it was a pretty good price. I think that even back then it was pretty solid, but knowing Game Boy, it is at least $100 at this point.
Well, that's what we got. Now, if I had to say, let me look at my wanted list here to see, like, you know, in a perfect world where money was no issue, what would be some things that I wanted for this daggum system? Well, I want the Blaster Master Boy. I like the Blaster Master series, and that's more of just I like to collect all the Blaster Masters. So I don't know if it's good or bad. There's a Castlevania Legends I don't have. Don't have that one. I don't have the Game Boy Contra. I'd love to have that, and that's a good one.
It is.
And that's really all I'm seeing here on my list. Well, Kid Dracula, of course.
Oh, that's definitely a if money was no issue type of game. I'd also love to have Kid Dracula.
Yeah, and I don't have really any of the Mega Men, and those are real expensive now. So I think the ship has sailed on a few of those, but
yeah.
Man, Snow Bros is fetching a lot for the Game Boy. Is that a good version? I don't even know.
Not sure. That's something that I would go to the Nest Friend YouTube video about Snow Bros to find out.
Well, one day. Also, I only have Wario Land 3. Might be good to get the other ones. Alright. Is Mole Mania a Dr. Pimple Popper spinoff? I don't think you can pop a mole. Now, I wouldn't recommend it if you tried it. I would say I would say stop it.
Yeah. I'm
going
to veto that one.
Yeah, I'm going to veto it. Alright. Well, Steve, let's hop on into those Game Boy Color games. We all love them. We all need them.
Yeah, we do.
You probably have some. Let's go to the video. Once again, I'll give my warning. If we all disappear, I've loved you all. Here we go. Hitting play.
While we do, let me give you the blink breakdown on Game Boy Color.
Am I the right thing?
So I have 43 Game Boy Color games. You'll know if there's Game Boy Color games on screen.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
I mean, there are. Right now we're going through the Zeldas.
Yeah, you're playing the right one. So yeah, 43 games on the old Game Boy Color. Most of mine have manuals. As with every system, there's like one or two that I don't have the manual for, but by and large, they're all complete. And the Game Boy Color was my first love. So this is the first handheld I got back in the day. I don't remember my exact first game, but I'm pretty sure that it was... I was one of those kids who got a Game Boy Color in order to play Pokemon. It was the first generations of Pokemon. So it was the original Game Boy versions of the games, but by then the Game Boy Color was out. And so That's the one they got me that classic purple Game Boy. Loved that thing. Played it into the ground.
Good deal, man. Now your audio is coming through this feed, so you might have been a little splotchy for folks, but I could make you out there. But this is a good group. This is a good collection of games. I have a weird relationship with the Game Boy Color, and I forgot it existed.
It gets blurrier if you're a cart only guy, because you get all those like cross-gen titles that are in the black carts.
Yeah.
And so you think of like just the clear ones as the Game Boy Color proper, but there's a lot of them that are kind of both. If you're going with the boxes, you can at least just decide for yourself based on whether or not the word color appears on the spine. But
yeah, I was kind of confused for a while about the Game Boy Color. Like, I feel like I really moved away from Game Boy and Game Boy adjacent things during the time it was really popular. And I think that was maybe because did the Pokemon for the original Game Boy come out like right almost as soon as the Game Boy Color came out? I felt like that was like they were close together, because there was like a period of time where I didn't even know there were Pokemon on the original Game Boy. I had no idea.
Yeah, so Pokemon came out at the very tail end of the Game Boy's life, and the Game Boy I think had been like on the decline for a year or so before Pokemon came out, and then it hit and it just revitalized the system. But Game Boy Color came out either like same time or right after, and so I think most kids ended up being like me, where they got a Game Boy Color to play Pokemon on, and so it's just sort of like in my head associated as a Game Boy Color game, even though I know it's not. So
right. Well, and two, a lot of the collecting apps, especially the one that I use, combines the two. It's just Game Boy Color, all lumped into one. And so that's another reason why I have a hard time. I don't have a good mind for what was on Game Boy Color and what wasn't. So, but you have a really handsome collection there. I like the look of the Zeldas, and that was nice. That was good. So good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me.
What about you?
Yeah, let me move in here. Let me see. Let me pull up Trav vids, and as you'll notice, folks, mine play a little better because they're not shot with a fancy camera. I don't have very many, just a handful even. Not very many at all. And the ones that I do have, not ones that I would normally play other than that Lufia, but I got these in a lot. I got all of my Game Boy Color games in one fell swoop. And it was a pretty decent...
Literally every single one?
Every single one of them for a really good deal. Especially
looking back,
because a lot of them are, you got your Heroes of Might and Magic, your Zelda, your Lufia, your, I don't know, Crystallis. I mean, good group. Pretty decent group.
Tell me about it. Man, what was this pickup?
Man, I'm having a hard time remembering, actually. It was one of those pickups, and I got the 2 Mario Sports games. Well, I assume there's only 2. Maybe there's another one, but I got tennis and golf there. The haul, I don't remember how much it was, because I'll show you in a second. My Game Boy Advance games also came out of this haul. Almost every one of them. I think there's a couple that didn't, but I got a good bit of my collection from this particular haul with this guy. And it's a memorable haul. I don't remember the price exactly, but it was one of the more shadier characters I've ever come across in my life. And he just kept offering me things that weren't games while I was there with him. He's like, "You want like a candle holder?" I'm like, "No, I'm here to get games from you." He's like, he's trying to upsell me just junk out of his card. Like, you want this old like Arby's bag? No, bro. I'm here for these games we agreed upon in the email. So yeah, but yeah, I didn't bring anything for it. I didn't bring anything at all, other than the fact that one thing that wasn't shown there was because it was still in my my SP, which is the way I choose to play most of my Game Boy games, and it's I still got Wario 3 in there, so there's that.
That's a beaut. Eventual Knits, I also love those cards. Aren't they gorgeous?
Mm-hmm.
Hungry Bill's asking, are all Game Boy Color cards transparent? No. So when the Game Boy Color came out, we were talking about how Pokemon was kind of in the middle ground there. There was a transition period for games that were color enhanced or color games that could play in monochrome on the original Game Boy. So there are black cartridges that look just like an original gray Game Boy card, but they're black. Those ones are kind of the intermediary cards, and then anything that is that transparent card with the little bubbly logo on the top, those are Game Boy Color only cartridges. So most are the transparent, but not all.
Good to know. Do you have things to show off here?
I do. You better have some stuff to show later, because you're starting to make me feel like a little bit of a show off.
Well, buddy, I think tonight's going to be mainly your night. You wait until the NES night. I'm coming ready.
Oh, man, I can't wait to show up.
I got some good game
That's
for later too.
All right, well, let's go over my big boys, because I know people always want to know what the big boys are, and then I'll give you some memories, and I got my hidden gem. I got a hidden gem for every system. You know, I come prepared.
Oh, a hard to find James, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. First off, this also goes in the category of hidden gem, but it's also one of the big boys. That is a game called Space Marauder. Very cool, side-scrolling, like, I shouldn't even say side-scrolling, kind of multi-directional scrolling shooter. Reminds me a bit of, like, maybe like a Section Z on NES.
Okay.
Something like that. Very fun game, though. Very well done. If you like any shoot 'em up, you'll enjoy Space Marauder. Very fun. As with most systems, we've got them popular boys, and this is no exception. We got them Pokemons.
Yeah.
So Gold was my original, and then Crystal I have picked up after the fact. Actually, Gold was mine. Crystal, if I'm not mistaken, was Sprites or Eventual Knits. And we have since obtained a box for it. So now we have these two. I do not have Silver. Ooh, this is maybe my biggest hidden gem on the system that I'm going to recommend to people. Bomberman Quest. So if you've never played this one, if you've never seen it, this is basically The Legend of Zelda with a Bomberman coat of paint. So it's got an open world, just like Link's Awakening. You go to different dungeons, you collect power-ups. It is 100% just Zelda in the Bomberman universe, and it is pretty dang good.
I hate just learning that now, because I know it's probably already non-affordable.
This is very expensive and very hard to find. I actively, very few games do I like specifically seek out. I had a saved search on eBay for over a year before I finally even found a complete in-box copy of this. It took forever.
Gosh dang, yeah. Actually, I already had it on my wanted list, so I think you've told me about this before. I was just making sure I had it marked down. I should have a wanted list and like a keep dreaming list. That would be on the keep dreaming. We're not gonna find that one.
And then my last one, probably the one most known for being kind of a bigger one, is Wendy Every Which Way. So this is that way forward platformer. So you know what happens to these boys. Very late release on the Game Boy Color. So it says right on the front, it has 3 levels that are exclusive to the GBA. So it came out after the Game Boy Advance was out.
Whoa.
So if you plug it in, you can do the Game Boy Advance dungeon with a little bit of extra. Honestly, they don't look even that much fancier than the original Game Boy Color levels. It's more just like some extra layers of scrolling and a little bit higher res, I think. But yeah, this is also a very fun game. Super short, though. This is one where it's like, it's really hard to recommend that you pick it up for the price it goes for just to play it, because it's like a lot of money for a 20-minute experience.
Now, did you stream this recently? Did you play that not long ago? I feel like somebody did. I watched them do it. Okay.
I played that in October, yep.
Okay.
All right. And then we got 3 more. First up, I'm going to give you the hidden gem.
Oh, the hard to find James.
Hard to find James. Rhino Rumble.
Whoa.
No one's out here talking about Rhino Rumble. Just a cute, colorful, cartoony platformer. Plays pretty well, and I love stuff like this, right? It's again, it's a one-off. It was on Game Boy Color only, and it just like exists as a time capsule of that particular era. No one's going to ever port Rhino Rumble. No one's ever going to care about this game again. But it is fun.
That's cool. I've never seen. I love it. That's a distinguished cover art for that era.
I know, right? And then I've got So a big memory I have of Game Boy Color. Actually, just talked about this on my YouTube video I just did. When I was a kid, my parents loved to go on long road trips. My dad's an over-the-road trucker, and so every summer our like family vacation would usually be about a 2 to 3 week cross-country road trip. So we'd start in Minnesota, and we would drive literally we would drive over to the Atlantic coast. We'd go down to Florida, over to Texas, and back up in 2.5, 3 weeks. And stopping at different things along the way. My dad's a big Civil War buff, so we'd stop at like battlefields or botanical gardens, all sorts of stuff. But to keep me quiet, to keep me entertained, like a week before the trip, they'd bring me to Target, and they would say, pick out a game, sometimes 2 games if I was a good boy. But the rule was I wasn't allowed to crack into that bad boy until the tires were on the road. So I wasn't allowed to open it until we were in the car on the trip, so that I couldn't beat it out because my mom knew that I would devour whatever game I bought.
Yeah.
And one of the games that I picked up at that time, completely on a whim, was Metal Gear Solid. A lot of people call this Metal Gear Ghost Babel, because I think that's what its Japanese subtitle was. Oh. But man, if you like Metal Gear, this is just incredible. Super fun, original story, has the like Metal Gear style like team of super baddies. Imagine if the gameplay of like the NES Metal Gears or the MSX one had a little bit more like of the PS1 storytelling and feel to it. Just so good. So good.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I've never played a single Metal Gear. Never.
Well, that'd be a fun one to hear you do at some point.
I'm intimidated. There's so many.
You should just start with the first one.
Ask anyone which one you should start with. Every answer's different. You should start with the first one. You should start with the Solid Snake. You should start with Wet Snake. Get Wet Snake on the N-Gage. That's a good one. Like, people just give you different answers all the time.
I'm gonna give you blanket advice. If anyone in your life ever tells you start with the one on the N-Gage, they're messing with you. Don't listen to them.
Oh, okay. I think that was you. But
all right, I saved the best for last here. I got one more. Now, people, I gotta show you that I don't only have collectible games. I only keep good games in my collection, or I keep games that are meaningful to me.
Sure.
And I picked out one of the games I have the most memories playing as a kid as proof that it's not all bangers. Okay, this is a game that I loved on Game Boy Color. Rugrats the movie, man. I was all about this game as a kid, and it is awful. It is so bad. I mean, it's probably fine, but I would not recommend this to anyone. And so it's not just Pokemon games up there, okay? Sometimes I got a little Rugrats on the shelf.
Yeah, man. I love to see that, though. That's stuff I like. I like it when people really get in there, get in the muck, and just have some fond memory about just a turd. I love that.
I'm reading the chat on a delay. Burger Champ says that is a fantastic game. I'm sure that you were talking about Metal Gear, but I'm just going to assume you were talking about Rugrats, and I will not allow you to correct it.
That's right. Was that all you had to show for the Game Boy Color there?
That's my Game Boy Color
all right.
stack.
Well, what's left on your game? What's on your want list for the Game Boy Color? What's next for you?
Oh, a ton. I'm real jealous of that Lufia that you had in there. I'd say Lufia might be the one that I want most.
Well, you can fight.
I don't want to do that.
Okay,
can I friend you for it?
You could just buy it, but I don't have cardboard, so it's beneath you.
I know. It's a tragedy. I almost bought it a couple years ago, and then the dude pulled it down off the shelf that it was on in the game store, and he was like, ooh, this one's sealed, so it's going to be $1 billion.
Oh, wow.
So I did not pick that up. But I'd love to get that Lufia. I think that would be a fun one. I want Resident Evil Gaiden. Don't have Resident Evil Gaiden.
Oh, yeah.
And Revelations the Demon Slayer, which is a Shin Megami Tensei game that had another name when it was ported over here. One of the earliest Shin Megami Tensei games in the States. So those are the big ones, but there's a decent sized list that I'm still looking for.
Yeah. For me,
do you have any?
Yeah, I think
are you hunting
Bomberman Quest is at the tippity top for me. Of course, who wouldn't love to have that Shantae just roll up into their collection?
That's on my wish list, and I didn't even have the heart to add it to this. Like,
Right.
in a perfect world, it's just like, okay,
Yeah. Again, it's on my dream on list.
yeah.
The Wario Land 2, which I guess you could also get on a Game Boy. I don't know. If I really needed on the color, I would take either. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a pretty short list for the Game Boy Color, but you know, fine system. Maybe the Dragon Warriors or something. A couple of the Dragon Warriors, I wouldn't mind.
So yeah, random story. Not my story to tell, but I'm gonna tell it for her. We had for a long time. Sprite had been talking about. Oh, there's this game. I was obsessed with it. I loved it, but I can't remember what it was because she had a cart as a kid with a label that was like torn off. And so she didn't know what game she was playing, and she had forgotten the title screen. So we, for a long time, have gone back and forth on what is this game that you liked. Kept throwing out like videos, and I kept trying to be like, is this it? Is that it? Is this it? And none of it was correct. And even when we watched footage of the video one time of the game, she didn't realize it was the right one because she had played it on a Game Boy Color. And the videos are all in like original Game Boy, like just black and white, so it didn't feel right. But we finally did the research and we dug it out, and the game turned out to be Dragon Warrior Monsters. So we have a nice. This is probably my most recent addition to the Game Boy Color collection, and you mentioned Dragon Warrior, so it felt relevant.
There you go. That's cool.
Yeah. Heck
yeah, man. All right, well, that does it for the Game Boy Color. We can scooch right on into the Game Boy Advance now. The Game Boy Advance, another one that I just swung and missed on, man. I wasn't much of a handheld guy during this era. During this era? Just wasn't.
Oh my God.
So a lot of, but it's fun sometimes to go back and have a rediscovery period with a library that's so rich like this one.
True.
It's been nice. It's been like digging a well. I don't know. But I don't have a ton of games for it. But I am trying to get all the Castlevanias. Just jumping out there and saying it. Just want all of them. We made some headway here recently, but again, oh boy, I'm going to click on your video. And again, folks, if you weren't here earlier, it gets choppy for me. I actually start to get really anxious when I click play on these videos because they're shot, excuse me, they're shot with the same camera they use to identify solar flares with. So it's very high resolution, and it makes my computer wonky. So again, if we disappear suddenly, I've always loved you. Thanks for being here, and we'll come back as soon as we get everything patched back together. Here we go. And Steve, if you talk during this, it's probably going to sound choppy.
Then I'm not going to talk.
Good. I'll narrate what's going on here, though. I see some Breath of Fire there. That looks good. Oh, I see that Castlevania trifecta. That's got me real jealous. Also know your address and your regular working hours, so look over your shoulder.
I work out of the game room, so it's going to be rough.
It's a hurdle. No, I get it. We see some Fire Emblems there. We're breaking into the Final Fantasy section. Very handsome. Oh, you got those Frogger's Adventures. Oh, Golden Sun, of course. We're still pushing along here. We're still going. Harvest Moon in the house. I like to introduce the games as if they're like actually walking out on stage. Iridian here today.
Yeah, can I get a round of applause for Jungle Book? Yes.
Give it up for Iridian, everybody. Looking good tonight. We've got some Kirby, Klonoa.
Oh, I do like those Klonoas.
Back-to-back Klonoas, my God. And then we got the Zelda section, as we do. We're only in the L's. We're pushing. You got a pretty big advanced collection, I see. If the alphabet has anything to say about it anyway. I think it's interesting that the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Advance have very similar box art. Very hard to distinguish out in the wild. Probably also in your game room. Huh?
Yeah, and I keep them all on just one big shelf so they all blur together.
Yeah. Never really thought about that. Again, I don't have a lot of cardboard, so it's never an issue for me. Boy, we're still chugging this video.
Good on you.
We've hit Sonic Advance. We're peeking at Spyro now. We're moving right through to the Super Mario Advances. Sword of Mana. Looking good. Tactics Orgois. That's how they say it in French. Ooh, what's that? I don't even know what that is. Urban Yeti? Well, you have to tell me about that.
Oh, I will.
Please. Are we done yet? Okay, we're done. Alright, we looped. I'm going to pop it back out. Take it away, Full Steve.
All right, so I brought a big stack, but it's because things clump up. As always, I'm going to give you them top 5 big boys because I feel like that's what the people want to know.
They do.
First up, it's a big boy, and it's a what have you been saying? Hard to find James?
Yeah, I mean, we might fix hard to find later, but I like James.
All right. We got that Tiny Toons Scary Dreams. This is my number 5 big boy coming in. Very fun game. This is a treasure side-scrolling beat-em-up. Very, well, just like high production value. A lot of fun. It's a real hidden in plain sight. Now, be careful because this game also was, I think, more popular in PAL, and it goes by the name Tiny Toons Buster's Bad Dreams in PAL. So you got to look for the Scary Dreams, which is the U.S. version.
Who'd have thunk? I wouldn't have.
All right, number 4. I got to show you that good old Minish Cap.
Yes, sir.
Love this game. This is underappreciated Zelda game right here.
Oh, I love that one.
I know people don't like it quite as much, but those people are wrong, and they're not welcome in this stream. So we got that Minish Cap.
Fine game. Yeah.
Love that game. And then again, I was saying this before, but it feels so strange to me that when I was like growing up as a collector, it was rare games that were the most expensive. And in the modern era, it is the popular games that are the most expensive. Yeah. At least with some limited exceptions. So if you're going strictly by like a monetary value, all of my biggest boys are just the popular games that everybody wants, which really surprises me. Yeah. So we got that, Castlevania trifecta. The old Castlevania 3-way, as the kids say.
I hear them say it, and I don't like it when they do it.
This one is on a little bit of a price bump right now. We got them Metroids. Them juicy Metroids. My Zero Mission, I'm not going to lie to you. I would not lie to the people. My Zero Mission, one of my few games that doesn't have a manual. No manual in that cardboard.
Unacceptable.
I don't know why you even talk to me. And we've got, as is number 1 on every handheld, it's them Pokemons. Now, Ruby was mine. Leaf Green with sprites combined together in Unity.
Yeah, you get the Christmas color combo. You gotta love that.
Yep. Fun games.
Sure.
Don't have Sapphire, and Fire Red is one of the few games in my collection. I don't have to show it here, but one of the few games in my collection that is card only, because I got it at a garage sale, and I was going to just sell it off, pass it along, trade it away, because I was like, no cardboard, no keeps. That's the rule in this house. But Sprite, she came begging. She's weeping. She got on hands and knees and said, Steve, please, I want you to keep that game. Will you please keep that game? And I said, for you, the love is strong enough. I'm willing to make an exception. I will keep this cart-only filth in my game room. So I am on the hunt for the box for Fire Red.
There you go. Well, I believe someone in chat might have a manual for one of your Metroids. Which one?
Top spot? No Sonic Advance 2 or 3? No, only Sonic Advance 1. 2 and 3 are on the wish list. Burger Champ, do I need a Zero Mission or a Fusion manual? I need a Zero Mission manual.
Pretty sure Mission manual. So there you go.
I don't treat my games very well. Like, you'd think that for someone that likes cardboard that I'd be a little more graceful, but I just want to have the cardboard to hold it. I do have the Fusion manual. This is my original copy of Fusion, so I'd be surprised if I didn't anymore.
Cool. Good collection. Good stuff.
But here, you want to see that Urban Yeti? Oh, you had to pull out that Urban Yeti?
Please,
I knew this would catch your eye, buddy.
Tell me about the Urban Yeti.
It's a top-down. Imagine it Grand Theft Auto, but you are causing chaos as a Yeti, and then sometimes you're doing like mini games where you're rafting. Like you're playing tubing basically down a river. So, oh yeah, you see that there it is. That screenshot. That tubing Yeti.
I'll say this about it: it looks like it would be bad. Is it fun?
I mean, it's good jank. We'll say.
I love it. Okay, good.
It's the type of game I would love.
Well, it's already high on my list then.
You may have Burger Champ. If you do have one, you have my number, buddy. Hit me up.
All right.
Let's complete that puppy.
It says Steve got echoey again. I think I know what's going on. I think it's on this view. There must be something afoot about this particular view.
No, that's one of my favorite views that we have.
Let me see. I'm gonna go full Steve.
Oh, you gotta go full Steve.
Dudes. I don't know where it's coming from, and I'm sorry about it. I don't know.
You don't gotta worry. If the video destroys it, you don't gotta play my videos.
Let me see here. Maybe I'll just turn that down. Talk for me, Steve, would you?
Yeah, I'm talking for you right now. My name's Steve.
Yeah. All right, maybe that'll fix it. People can scream if they do or don't like it. All right, let's get into some of that Trav advance. And there's just not a lot of Trav stuff. This is more of a Steve thing. But let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Now this is what This is what we're dealing with. Now, again, no cardboard for me. But I do have some games on this system that I enjoy, or that I thought I would enjoy. The Shining Souls being an example of that. Not fun, but I like shining games. A couple Castlevanias there, huh? Let's get excited about that. Let's give it up for Castlevania tonight. Coming in strong tonight.
Love me some Castlevanias.
Okay, we're going to skip past all those Game Boy Color games already showed. Bam, down here, Rebel Star, huh? Pokemon Leaf Green. Little Gremlins versus the Gremlins game. Got that from Burger Champ, actually. Golden Sun. I'm cool.
Yeah, you are.
Maze of Fate. Lord of the Rings. Who doesn't love any Lord of the Rings port? You know?
I know I do.
The Hobbit. Oh, baby. Actually beat The Hobbit. I think this year for this challenge.
Heck yeah.
I got 2 Mario and Luigi Superstar Sagas. Hit me up if you need one. Not you, I know you don't, but anybody else. And that's what we got. That's what we're rolling with tonight for the Game Boy Advance, as I like to call it.
You got that Mazes of Fate. Ooh, I know I'm on like a 20-second delay, so everyone already saw it, but Mazes of Fate, that's a cool one.
Yeah. People are saying that the echo didn't go away, so I don't know what to do about that, and I'm sorry. I can fiddle with it some more, but it's not going to make for good TV. That's for dang sure. Maybe that'll do it. I think I've solved it.
Did you have me doubled up?
I think so. But people can tell me. I don't know. I just wanted to say I play all of my games on this. Every one of them I play on the SP. Do you have an SP there, Steve? Surely you do. A man like you would have an SP. You probably have the fancy one that looks like an NES, right?
No, I don't have that. Well, now you're just making me feel bad, all right?
I won't.
Now you're just yelling at me. No, I have 2 or 3. I actually never had an SP growing up. I played all my GBA games on the widescreen white original GBA. But as with many things, when Eventual Nits came into my life, so did her video games and video game extensions, consoles, and ephemera, and she brought one in for me.
Very good. Well, I play on this old thing, this Game Boy SP. And the one thing that again, I'm a late comer to this handheld, the color, especially the Advance. The SP is even a foreign beast to me. I got it because I was like, I can play most of this stuff on this. And I'm really bummed that there's no headphone jack. Really bummed about it.
Oh,
not a single.
I forget about that. Couldn't you buy an adapter that goes into like the?
No idea.
The link cable port or something?
Maybe, and that seems right. But what a bummer that is. What a weird decision. For a portable device, you'd think that'd be kind of integral, right?
Man, you know what SP I really want? There's a SpongeBob one that I would love to get. It looks so dumb. It's incredible.
Funny SpongeBob. It seems like I have fixed the audio, so good for me. I finally did something right tonight. All right, that was the Game Boy Advance. What's on your short list? What do you want?
Ooh, a lot of games I'm looking for. Some highlights. I really want Pinball of the Dead. I really want WarioWare Twisted. I don't know WarioWare Twisted. I used to have WarioWare micro games, and I don't know what happened to it. And so I need to reacquire micro games. I have vivid memories of owning it in my teenage years, but for some reason it's not in the collection anymore. So we'll re-get that. If money was no object, I'd love to do like a Pocky and Rocky with Becky. But
oh yeah.
I have a solid list of GBA games that's probably 40-50 games long that I'm looking for. GBA is a good system. So is DS, but GBA is a good system for like licensed stuff or random stuff that you would just brush right past on the shelf, but is actually surprisingly cool. So
yeah, for sure. My short list is actually rather long, and I think I'm already a little boned on a few of them, to be honest with you. I don't have either of the Metroids. That's a problem. Those are going for over 100 apiece now, I think.
Yeah.
I don't have Aria of Sorrow, which is fetching quite some dough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having some of those RPGs, but at this point I have to cut my losses and just admit I'm not the biggest RPG guy. I would just have to kind of go for the ones that I know I would play. So we'd be looking at, maybe the Mario Tennis game, stuff like that. I really like the Mario sports games. That's basically it. Shining Force would be great.
Yeah, I also like that Shining Force. The Resurrection of the Dark Dragon?
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. It's actually not fetching too much if you consider pandy prices and just how my brain has adjusted what cheap is now. Cheap
Isn't
is now
that
like,
strange?
oh, $50? Wow, that's not bad. I'm like, no, that's stupid. Stop it.
Yeah, if the price only has 2 digits, you're like, oh man, I gotta scoop this cheap boy in before it takes off.
Hate it so much. I hate it so much. All right, I have next on the list Nintendo DS. Are you ready for this? This is your...
Hit us with that 4K Echo creator.
I'm
Actually,
worried.
I think it doesn't create Echo.
No, it doesn't. I think this view was creating the Echo. So, again, folks. Oh no, it's already on the Advance. Hold on, let me cut that off. Again, folks, I'm going to hit play on this DS video. It's in 17,000K resolution, so my computer screams when I do it. And if we don't come back, I love you all and thanks for coming. Here we go.
I didn't realize that this stream was anti-quality.
Well,
okay.
There's quality, and then there's this. Oh, Steve's already disappeared from my screen. We're locked up. My mouse isn't alive, but hopefully the video's still playing. Hopefully the video.
I can't narrate because it's on a delay for me. So tell the people what they're seeing.
Well, there's some Castlevania. I see a little Castlevania stint there. We're looking at that, looking good. This might be a dizzying video. Ooh, Contra 4. Who doesn't love it? We're still in the D's. Ooh, this Gaia. This Gaia here or that Gaia over there? You always have to ask. Dragon Quarst. 4 through 9. With some missing numbers. We've just hit the F's. That's actually a lot of E's for a collection. Good on you for having a bunch of those.
I think the DS is one of the few systems where I might have a game for every letter.
Really? You got a Q and an I? I's not too hard.
I definitely do. Do I have a Q?
Q and Y are sometimes tough. We probably got a Yoshi or something. A Yosh. Probably got yourself a Yosh, bro. Hotel Dusk, room 215 sounds like
you might have got me. I think you might have got me with the Q.
Oh, we'll see. We're
What's
about to roll
Q
through.
Game I can buy on the DS.
We're we're rolling through the J's and we're hitting K's. We're in Kirby Land. All right, we're about to reset down to the next shelf here. Everybody, hold on. Oh, we made it. You have Legacy of Ease there. That could technically go in the Ys if you really wanted it to, I guess. Lufia over in the Lunar section. That little section there, that's an expensive bunch of L's. And we've hit Metroid, folks. All right, give it up for Metroid. Everybody give it up for Metroid. What a great franchise. Just fantastic. Thanks for coming out tonight, Metroid.
So good. So good.
Ooh, Ninja Gaiden. Oh, we had the Ace Attorney.
That's a good one.
You got the Ace Attorneys down here in the... I guess you went with the P's. Phoenix Wright. Okay, I see. Oh, we're in Pokemania land. My God, I guess we'll never stop hearing about that.
Those are them Phoenix Wright.
Yeah. P-Honix.
Yeah.
Do you have every Pets variation?
Man.
You should.
All I see is a Pets variations. There's not a Pets game in this collection, Bill. Come on. I'm a man of culture.
Ah, a lot of Sonic. Man, this goes on for a while. What's the stat on this? How many you have?
So I have 197 DS games.
Gosh dang.
And that's not counting duplicates, because I do own a couple duplicates. But most of them complete. A handful of them missing manuals. As with every system, I'm tracking down a couple of manuals that I couldn't get at the time. But DS has been my favorite handheld basically since it came out. I think it is incredible. I love it. And while this is a big collection, there's still a ton of games that I desperately want on the handheld too. So it feels like it's the gift that never stops giving. DS was also the first system. It came out like right when I had a part-time job and a bunch of disposable income.
Yeah.
So I was just hitting GameStops and game stores left and right, just scooping up whatever I could, building up an interesting collection.
There you go, buddy. We wrapped it up there. Man, does it bother you that your Ace Attorney games aren't all together, though? Tell me. Is there any part of you that's upset about it?
I don't like how they handled that.
I think you handled it. I don't think they told you how to do it. I think you did it. You could have put them anywhere you wanted to. It's your house.
Yeah, but they messed it up. They done goofed, okay? No. They were the ones that set it up for failure. It's like when a game alphabetically is non-chronological. I just don't like it.
Like Super C?
But it is what it is.
Let me knock out mine real quick so that we can just get this over with.
Let's see it.
Hit play on it. And hold on, wait, we got a little bit more. Oh, a little bit more. Come on. Keep going. We're almost done. I got 3 loose boys right there out front. And crosswords, and we are done. That was it. That's all I got. All right. Don't have a ton.
I'm just experiencing it now. Ooh. Oh, man. But almost everything you have a banger.
That Igor.
A lot of good stuff there.
What a great game that Igor is. It's not. It's based on his cartoon property. You look puzzled. It was a joke. It's not good. Whip them out. What do you got for us tonight? What's full Steve going to show us?
Here's your top 5. As always, we're starting with them big boys. I'm telling you, if it shows up on a console, it's one of them big boys. We got them Pokemons.
Oh, that's handsome.
Bought these bad boys from a Walmart with money.
Wow.
Yeah. Really good remakes though of those original Pokemon or second gen Pokemon games. Love them to death.
Okay.
But we actually have some surprising big boys. DS is home to some weird stuff, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So we've got my next biggest is Dragon Quest V. These Dragon Quest games on DS popped off a while ago. And of the stack, Dragon Quest V seems to be the one that has risen to the top. It even got a reprint at some point, and even the reprint went off. So, really fun game. Maybe my favorite Dragon Quest game. So,
whoa.
I would highly recommend it to people if you're interested.
Okay.
next up, this is the hidden gem that I spent the longest trying to find, and I was just, you ever have one of those games that it's on your wish list, and you go to buy it, and you're like, I can get it a little cheaper, and then it rises in price $10-15, and you're like, that new price is hard, but I could still get it a little cheaper than it's going for.
Yeah.
And you're just watching it slip away from you in real time as you check week by week. That's what happened to me with this one, because it used to be a $5 game, and I watched it go to 10, I watched it go to 30, I watched it go to 40, and right around 40 is when I was like, I gotta just pop on it, I gotta just get this thing, and I'm glad I did, because 40 was not the top of its climb. But it's a Little Red Riding Hood Zombie Barbecue. It's like a hallway arcade shooter. Very cool game, but like one of the more collectible games. This one has genuinely been hidden gemified.
Sure. Obscure
People
James.
called it out.
I hear you.
Yeah. This one, gosh, I'm even nervous to touch it.
Oh, no.
This one is, people know that this game is really expensive on the Wii, but I don't think people realize that the version of the DS is really hard to come by. It's Dokapon Journey.
Oh, yeah.
This is a pricey boy. And this one I bought new on Amazon. I've never opened it, so now I can open it. So
Gosh dang.
when I get around to playing this one, I'll probably sell the new copy and buy a pre-owned copy. But this is a very collectible DS boy.
Handsome.
And last one here. Very fun game. I need to go back and finish it up. But the Sola Tarobo, the Red the Hunter on DS. So this is kind of in the same franchise as Tail Concerto on PS1, if you're familiar with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Real beautiful game. Got this nice big collector-y box by Xseed. I love any Xseed game. If I was going to get a complete collection of any company, it would be Xseed. So
Do it. What's
that is
stopping you?
apparently
Price,
my biggest
probably?
one. Price, time, motivation.
Yeah.
And then we got some random boys to show off.
Do it. I love it. It's my favorite part.
Got some randos. First up, if you like those Elite Beat Agent games, import these bad boys.
Oh, my goodness.
This is, it's like Osu Tatake Owendan, but you can just look up Osu or you can look up Owendan 1 and 2. These are the Elite Beat Agent games that were Japanese exclusive, and they are incredible. They are better than EBA, actually. So these are my top recommendation for imports on the system. If you want a real collectible, real unique, good game, I would recommend The Dark Spire. This game has an awesome soundtrack and an incredible art style. It's like high contrast. It almost reminds me of Darkest Dungeon as a modern comparison.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But very fun, very difficult dungeon crawling RPG.
Gosh dang.
If you want more weird import stuff, this is a pretty recent addition to the collection. This game's called Slide Adventure Mag Kit, I think it is, something like that. And you can see it on the back. You hook this thing up to the bottom to the Game Boy Advance slot of your DS, and then you play it by like sliding it around on the table as if your DS was a computer mouse.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, very, very interesting. There's a lot of interesting DS peripherals out there that a lot of them didn't come to the States. And then my last one here, this is just like, this is my warning shot to people for the DS. Never assume that something is shovelware on DS. DS, more than almost any other system I've seen, has some random expensive games that just the dumbest thing will be expensive because collectors, I guess, are trying to get a full set or whatever it is. But this game, I found this one at a thrift store or at a game store for like $5. It's a game called Hoppy. It's like nothing. It's just like this random puzzle game. But it's like $100 game just because someone out there really wants a complete collection, and so they want Hoppy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun. I like it, but you would never know just looking at it. It's so random.
No, looks very generic. Huh.
It took a lot for me to not grab 30 other games off the shelf because, again, the DS is incredible. We would spend a whole night here talking about DS, but
I love the DS. Is sort of a weird frontier for me, man. I'm excited to dig in. I think I wrote it off for a long time as being kind of a Wii adjacent gimmicky system, and I'm just now coming to terms with the fact that I was wrong.
Ignorance. How are you gonna be that way?
I just admitted to it. Now you're still yelling at me. I've already come
still
around.
mad.
I've already come around.
That's too late.
What's on the short list? While
You
you're
wouldn't say they're better than
mid-sip.
EVA, but they are good. They're basically as good, though, right? Burger Champ, you love the Darkspire? Darkspire's good. Very good game.
What's on the short list, my friend? What you getting? What you wanting?
So, DS has some of my biggest wish lists ever, and that's because, I've been going through on the Twitch stream every so often. We just pull up this 10-hour-long video of every DS game ever made, and we just watch footage of every game released and build the wish list that way. So there's tons of stuff that I really want. But I would say that my biggest import that I want is there's a Japanese exclusive version of an old Flash game called The Crimson Room that was ported to DS, which I think is just the coolest thing ever.
I remember that game. I played that in the
love
Flash.
Crimson Room.
Yeah.
So I'd love to own that physically. That reminds me of like when I got the Chips Challenge on Lynx, where it's like, it's just good to have a physical version of this in any form.
Yeah.
And then in terms of US releases, I'd say Resident Evil Deadly Silence, which is a port of the first Resident Evil I want to get. And a fun subset that I'd like to get every game for, Resident Evil Deadly Silence. DS is the subtitle. I would love to own every game that has a forced subtitle to abbreviate down to DS. I think that is a very charming thing that they did back in the day.
Yeah, I only caught on to a couple of them. I guess Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor would be another one of those, yeah?
Yep, exactly. And we've got... I can't think of another top. Donosaro, Castlevania Donosaro.
Yeah. Very cool. Dual Strike, Advance Wars Dual Strike.
Mr. Driller Drill Spirits.
Yeah. So my short list is long for this console because I came in late, but I want Order of Ecclesia, Castlevania.
Good one.
I have the other two, thank goodness. I already had the Dark Spire here, which is good on my list, which is good. That might have already come from you as a recommendation. All of the Dragon Quests, including 5 and 6, which are hefty in the price tag. I don't have Elite Beat Agents, totally affordable. I just need to get it.
Oh, it's so good.
I also have on my wish list Garfield Nightmare. I had a thing, I went through and I got like every Halloween-esque, or I didn't get them, I marked them down. Or even if the cover art, even if it was like Jimmy's Collectathon, if it looked kind of spooky, I was like, kind of want it. And I need to scale that back a little bit. But I do want, I had some listed here that I kind of pointed out, like Hotel Dusk Room 215, Garfield Nightmare, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, which is a Capcom game.
So good. That
really
game is so good.
Let's see here. Of course, I don't have Metroid Prime Pinball, which is a hefty one. Resident Evil Deadly Silence, I also don't have and want. And I think that'll round it out for most of them. I don't have, like... I try to get all of the first-party Nintendo properties, all the Yoshis, Wario's, Kirby's, just because I know they're fun, and I just like to collect in that way. But those are still affordable. I just don't have a lot of them. So, all right.
A lot of good Frontier and Bad Times. Good to see you. Welcome in. We're talking handhelds, but you caught us in a nice DS streak.
I gotta share my pink DS. This is how I play my DS games. It's very fashionable, metallic pink DS. I got it for $10 at a thrift store not long ago. I was like, do you guys even know what this is? Did you think it was a Palm Pilot? $10, it's mine. She was like, the battery's dead. I'm like, they sell chargers. The charger's $1. I can get a charger for it. It's fine. So, basically, I'm going to call that a free DS. I gave her money for it, but to me, that's free DS.
Yeah, that's no dollars and no cents right there.
100%. All right. Well, let's move on right along to the 3DS, a console that I didn't get until this year. We call them consoles if they're handheld console. That's right. I didn't get one till this year. Now, I have one. I have a very, very, very small collection. I'll even go first here because it's not even a video. It's just a picture. There they are. I have Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, a game with 2 subtitles. And I have a Pokemon, which I know makes you happy. Look at you. I see you smiling.
I like the Pokemon.
Then I have two others that I don't really so much care for. A Scribblenauts Unlimited, and I also have a Mario game that and it has a case, and I've already lost it. So, just so you know, I have 6 games. We're looking at 5 there, so that's what we have. And now let's kick it over to Steve. And again, folks, let me warn you: these videos were taken with a forensic camera. So if we disappear, once again, I love you all. Thanks for coming. Roll that beautiful bean
Didn't
footage.
know that you were going to run these videos off your Pentium too. Okay.
Well, I have an old computer, that's for sure. There will be a moment of time where I disappear from the internet, and everyone should correctly assume it's because my computer finally bit the dust. But we're looking here at a 3DS collection that, out of the gate, I'm seeing a Detective Pikachu. We're looking at some Epic Mickey, some Ever Oasis.
Love that Mickey.
A whole I'll say a slew of Fire Emblem. It's a slew there.
I love the 3DS.
Yeah, of course. I got a lot to learn. You got a Hey Pikmin? Is that a good Pikmin? I need to get that. I like Pikmin.
People don't love it so much. I haven't actually played it. That was one of my more recent additions to the collection.
Gotcha. Oh, I gotta have that Luigi's Mansion. I gotta round out the trifecta there.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at some Mario Party. We're in the Mario section. You have 2 Mario Party games that aren't touching on the shelf, and that affects me. I don't like that. Oh, is it because you have like a greatest hits or something? What's going on with that?
I don't even know, to be honest.
You have a Metroid that's...
I probably just put all the Marios together without any additional thought.
What a loser. Now, those Pokemons look pretty slick together. That little gradation of color there, that's nice. That's nice. Ooh, a lot of Pokemon. I'm going to say almost too much for my taste.
Nah, I don't know about that.
What comes in a big box 3DS? What comes in the big boxes? More manuals, more literature. And we started over. All right.
We're at the beginning.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk. Let's talk 3DS. So as with every, I brought you my top 5 biggers, my big boys.
Yeah, let's see them.
First up, this is the most random one. I feel like this is a classic collectible game right here. One that I picked up for very cheap. I think like $13, and then it went way beyond that. A game called Alien Chaos 3D.
Well, it looks fun.
It's just like a single screen arcadey kind of like a Contra, but if it was on a single screen and level based.
It reminds me of like the
feels
original
like something
Duke
that would have been similar. Yeah. It has real like 360 live arcade energy. Like it feels like a downloadable game that you never would have thought got a physical release, but it did. Sadly, this is one of the few that doesn't have its manual. It's missing its manual, and it does have one. This is in that era where some do, some don't. But we'll track one down eventually. Next up here, number 4, we got Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure. Cool, kind of like a rhythm game. Also a little bit of Professor Layton energy to it.
Wow.
I've played a bit of this one, but I haven't gone all the way through.
Better late
very
than early.
Fun. This one is one of those that it came out and it just like never went down from $40. Like it just never got a pre-owned price ever. And I think it's gone a little bit up now. We've got that Dragon Quest. You know, all those Dragon Quests on handheld, they pop off, they go up.
Journey of the Cursed King. It's a classic.
This is the only way I've ever played Dragon Quest 8. Very fun game. Put about 30 hours into this cart and quite enjoyed it.
Well, I tell you what, I played it on the PS2. I put 107 hours into that bad boy, and pretty good time.
Dang good. Good game. Surprised me that this is what they consider one of the bigger boys, but we've got that Shin Megami Tensei Soul Hackers Devil Summoner here. People are always hot on those Shin Megami Tenseis. I haven't played too much of this one, but I will get around to it.
Well, I hope you do.
And finally, this is we got us a Corpse Party. It's like a horror visual novel game. Again, got that X-Seed. I'm telling you, I like that X-Seed.
You like that, huh?
And Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for, I know you were down for that Death Mark on Vita, so kind of in the
I would
same
like that. I'd
wheelhouse
love
there.
this. Again, I would own it just
Yeah.
because it's got that cover and that title.
Oh, I know, right? It's just, and how many M-rated games are you going to come across on a Nintendo handheld? Not too many. So, those are my top 5. And then if you want one random hidden gem, I just wanted to pull out one game that I feel like other people don't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Shifting World.
Oh.
This is a black and white puzzle platformer where you swap colors in order to progress.
That's
pretty
neat.
pretty fun game. Very very much like an indie style puzzle platformer, but pretty affordable too. So I'd say check it out.
Check it out. Very cool, man. I see Mr. Hygiene has shown up, and he kind of led off with the way I might close out an S friend, saying thanks for watching and don't eat burgers from broken barrels. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. And thank you, Mr. Hygiene. I'd say tell all your friends. Hope if you have anywhere near 100,000 friends, please let them know about the channel. Let them know about the Polyco podcast, by the way. Let's shout that out real quick, Steve. We got a podcast.
Ooh.
I think it's
Yeah,
pretty
we
good.
do.
I think it's a pretty good podcast. It's long lived. Steve and I have been together doing it for the last year and a half, almost going on 2 years, maybe. I don't know, a while, a little over a year, I think. August, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's been going great. So sky's the limit. We're going to take out Bro Rogan. We're going to be number one of these days. One of these days.
Get down, brother.
Until then,
Yeah.
I gotta
You
show.
know what?
I gotta show off
I
my
love it.
hardware, Steve. I got the pink, metallic pink DS. I got a sweet little. I don't know what you might call this color, like an aqua blue, like a.
Ooh.
I don't know. Is it Tasmarine? Is that a color? That's
Yeah, Tasmarine.
I think it's a Tasmarine 3DS. I like the color of it. Let's see what's in here. Maybe it's my Mario. Sure ain't. Something else. All right.
Hey, well, you know what? This is the one console I have some hardware to show, I think. Actually, no, I
Oh.
do for when we get to Gamecom too. But you know what? I had to bust out. This is the main 3DS I used for most of its life. We got the old Zelda Special Edition.
Oh, that's handsome.
And this is the one that I had modded, so you can see that little extra port there that's not supposed to be there. That's how you can stream 3DS.
Huh. Gosh
And
dang.
oh, hey, are we playing What's the Mystery game inside of our 3DSs?
Mine was
What do you
Metroid
think
Prime Hunters on the
I was playing
DS.
last?
What's in yours?
Captain America.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
on brand, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
on
remember
brand.
you playing that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hornet's Teal. I like that. That's a good name for that color. It's a good name.
Good one.
Do you
Use
have-
a new podcast. I would recommend the Polykill podcast wherever you find podcasts or polymedianetwork.com.
polymedianetwork.com. There it is, right up there. I wrote it there for this very reason. What a good segue that was. Do you have any more hardware there? Or are we going to move on to what everyone's here for?
That's the hardware I have. We're good. Let's move on.
People, I know why you're here. And a lot of people were like, yeah, let me know when you're going to do the Gamecom, because that's when I'll show up. I'm not going to give them a special nudge that we're doing it near here at 9:30. They're just going to have to miss it. You guys are getting the special deluxe showcase of maybe, I don't know, Steve, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but maybe the greatest handheld console in the world.
I wouldn't agree because I don't like that you limited it to just handhelds. I think maybe just the greatest console of all time. Full stop.
Full hard stop. All right, let's start off with you. Let's look at the picture that you have of your Gamecom collection. Now you have the box, which is great. You got six total games there, all in the box. Very handsome games. And I gotta say, the Gamecom boxes, the art, the size, and everything, not bad.
I like them. I think they got a classy look to them.
They do.
I don't know.
Yeah, they really
And
do.
A lot of licensed stuff on there.
Dude, I don't know who was selling. I don't know who was selling Gamecom stock back then, but they had a
Yeah.
snake tongue. They really could get in there and get. They got Williams Arcade. I mean, all of these are basically franchises. You got the Resident Evil there. Henry, Fighters Back. I mean, they really went and got it. It's like the guy that sells cranberries. He's always in there's always cran orange and cran grape and cran strawberry. I mean, the cranberry guy's in it and everything. So that's what we have here with the Gamecom.
Too true.
I had the Gamecom box. I wasn't very kind to my boxes as a young man. and so mine didn't survive.
Oh,
But I'll tell you what I do
sadness.
have, and it might surprise some people. But of all of the consoles I've shown today, the one that I'm about to show you is actually the one I grew up with.
Unbelievable. Hard to imagine that this is a true story, but I know it is.
Christmas, was it 1997? I think it was. I'm flipping through the old J.C. Penney catalog, and something catches my eye. It's the word internet. And I say, oh my goodness, a console with the internet on it? I don't even think we have internet at the house. Maybe if I get this console, it'll just come with the internet inside of it or something. I'll just have some internet. Be able to get in chat rooms and chat with my bros. I don't know. I had stars were in my eyes, or whatever. Sky was the limit with the Gamecom. Then I got it. It came with Indy 500 and lights out, and my life changed forever. I knew right then that not every console is created equal. But you know what? I didn't complain about it. I played it. I enjoyed what I had. I probably played it for a good solid, I probably put 60 hours in it when I first got it, which is too much. A lot of Indy 500. Picking it up, I used it as a contact. All my contacts are still in there. Phone numbers of my friends, they're still in there. It's good. It's good stuff. So I brought it here. You probably kept yours in the box, I would imagine. So I got the Gamecom here. Mine no longer works with batteries, even with batteries.
Oh.
I think we had a bit of a corrosion ordeal here on her, and so it has to be plugged in. And then when we were doing the console challenge this year, I didn't have a power cord, so I couldn't get it to turn on. And so I had to go and look for what the power cable was, which was hard to do. I had to zoom in on all the. It's not sold often. When it's sold complete, it's sold in the box or in like a what do they call it, like a vacuum sealed plastic package. And I needed to see like what the polarity, and because I didn't want to like plug it in and just explode this thing. I needed to know like what was the polarity, what was the voltage. Hard to find that stuff. Like I was zooming in. I think you might remember this from the Discord. I had like all these pickups, zooming in and being like, can anybody read the back of this AC adapter on this eBay posting from 2009? But we finally got it. We got it to work. We got her plugged in. We got like a universal and got it working. And same piece of shit that it was 25 years ago. Still not good. But it does use a stylus, I mean, a little ahead of its time. The DS uses a stylus. You will guess who else uses a stylus? The Gamecom from 1997. Also, another cool thing about the Gamecom that I actually think is awesome, you can put 2 games in it at once.
Next level. Why is that not on more modern handhelds? Come on, give me a little storage. Give me a little swappability.
Yeah, you can throw 2 games in there and then be like, do I want to play? Because I only had 2 games at the time, Lights Out and Indy 500. Flip back and forth. I never did get the internet thing to work. Tried my best. I never could figure that part out. Even today, I don't think it is. I think it has less chance of working today than it did in 1997 on the internet. But all in all, a pretty crappy system. But I'll tell you what it has. Headphone port. Where you at, SP? Where you at? So,
get on our level. Now, I gotta ask, I was looking at that lineup there. Feels like you might be pretty close to a full Gamecom set. It's not a big library, and you had a lot of carts there. Do you know?
I don't know.
How close you are?
I don't know. I have some doubles, though. I have 3 Indy 500s.
Doesn't everybody that owns a Gamecom? I challenge you to buy a Gamecom without Indy 500.
I know, right?
You get it in the mail, and it's like suddenly just one shows up in your pocket. You're like, what is this? What is this thing poking me? Is it my keys? No. Oh, it's an Indy 500. All right.
It's true. I've bought, other than what I got on Christmas of 1997, a Christmas to never forget. I've gotten 2 other Gamecom lots in my day. One, I just walked into my favorite game store at the time, and my bro knew I was into some weird. He's like, "You want to see some of this Gamecom?" And then I told him the story I just told everyone here, which was like, funny story. I wanted that once and got it. And he was like, "Oh, no way." So what came with that lot was I got some boxed games and I got a few of the other ones. So I got like this, boxed Indy 500, which is good. Got the boxed Fighters Mega Mix. and the boxed Sonic Jam. And the Sonic game I was really excited for. I thought, man, this is a catch. Man, wow, Sonic on the Gamecom? Why? And how? Is it any good? Let's see if we can zoom in there, if you can see the screens. Now, the Gamecom black and white console, and those screens, I gotta say, look pretty good. They did a good job. They probably sent that through like GIMP, like a photo editor, and they were like, let's touch it up, let's make it look good on the back of the box. It don't look like that when you play. It looks like shit. You can't see it. It's blurry. Sonic, there's no, and you played the Gamecom this year. It does not do motion. It is not good at it.
No.
So Sonic is awful. Oof. It might be the worst game on the system for that reason, because Sonic, he's moving.
It's about speed. Now that you're showing all these licensed games, you got me wondering. Do you think it must be kind of like the CDI Zelda games or something, where Tiger licensed all these properties to make the LCD handhelds, the individual ones that were so popular? It must have just been written into the contract or something that they had like the rights to produce like additional versions of those games for Tiger handhelds, with the assumption that it would always be the LCD games. But then they were like, haha, we're making a Game Boy competitor, and now legally we're allowed to do this.
I think you're right. I want to say there had to be some kind of bait and switch on Tiger for that to happen. And so
it's just too many good properties.
Yeah, so the second lot that I got was very recently. Our friend Michelle from Petey's Power Hour, she occasionally goes, auctioning out there where she lives, and she found a lot that had some Gamecom stuff, and I was like, you gotta get me some more Gamecom. I'm addicted. It's like heroin. It's bad for me, but I need it. And so what I thought was cool is that it came in this, I don't know what this box was originally for, but it is perfect for Gamecom stuff. So it's like a little tackle box. They even had Gamecom already on there. All the games fit in there real nice. So I used that, and I'm so proud of this little box. Just a nice little Gamecom box. It fits right on the shelf. Got all my sweet, anytime I'm up there, I'm up there all the time just being like, what Gamecom game do I want to play today? And I'm flipping through and looking. And it's nice and easy for you to do that at home. So I recommend this no brand box that you'll never be able to find on your own for your Gamecom collections. Oh, it's very loud when it closes.
My only conscious Gamecom purchases is I got a couple when I got the system, but there was a game store near me that was going out of business probably 5-6 years ago. And it was at the point where, they had clearance stuff off shelves, 10, 20, 30%. And they were at the point where they were literally just bringing tubs out of the back room, dusty old tubs that they never even sifted through, throwing them onto the tables and being like, everything in this tub $2 or whatever.
Whoa.
And it was a bunch of, AV cables and RF switches for Sega Genesis and just a bunch of absolute garbage. But buried in there was a handful of Gamecom games. So that's how I got the Quiz Whiz and a couple of my other ones. So I was pretty dang pleased to get a couple complete ones. And the problem with Gamecom is that it used to always be like a novelty system. Everything was dirt cheap. You couldn't give away Gamecom stuff. And now that some of these games cost actual dollars, and it's like, I don't know that I'm ever going to pay actual money for a Gamecom game. So this might just be my full collection for the rest of time.
I will say, if you factor in the original gift from my parents of the Gamecom, which you could call it a gift. Is it child abuse? I don't know, maybe. If you factor that in with what I got at the game store with the boxed games and what I got through the lot, I am actually averaging about $1 per game.
Oh,
so we're doing pretty good out here, even the boxed ones. So
pretty all right, dang good.
Well, did you have? I mean, you had the boxes. We showed the picture. You don't really need to show anything. I showed the console. We're good. We can move on.
I think you got us covered on Gamecom.
Well, did you have those Tiger Electronics games you want to show off? It might be a good time for that, given that we're in Tiger Land.
Let's go grab those. I'll show you the 2 Tiger Electronics I think I own.
All right. Yeah, I'll take the camera off of you there so we don't have to see your beautiful Tookus walk away. Or do we? I got a little bit of it. Let's take a look at this game room. Let's go full speed. Wow, what do we have in here? A lot of Christmas lights. Not the ones in the strand, the ones that branch off, so it looks like tendrils of lights, like Spider-Man came in there, but he had, lights on the end of his webbing. I don't know, weird. Man, it looks like a tight space, but I bet what we're looking at here, over to the right is probably like a full gymnasium of just dance games. He's probably got all of his dance games right there to the right, and a full treadmill. And, oh, there he is. There he is. All right, he's back. Hey, what's going on? We missed you. Oh, there he is. Hey, how's it going?
It's going wonderful. I have more more Tiger stuff than I realized.
Oh, goodness.
So I'll show you the one that is actually relevant. And it doesn't have the back on it, but I do have the back. It just fell off when I grabbed it. This is the one I had as a kid. That's Sonic 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Tiger handheld. That is a beaut. 1988. This puppy came out 1988. My God.
Ah, goodness. Gosh dang.
But I've spent a solid, probably 50 hours playing this thing as a kid. Loved this one. And every other Tiger handheld I own, I just thrifted. I just found it at a thrift store. And I'm realizing now, I used to find these all the time, and I don't see them anymore. They've kind of dried up. But I've also got a Mega Man 3. Also a 1988 banger. I don't even need to see the back, but yeah.
Man.
You know, we've got a little robot boy in there. Probably can't see him, but he's pretty cool. And then I've got a couple of weirder looking ones. Apparently, I didn't remember this. I've got a Virtua Fighter one.
Whoa.
Black.
That's cool.
And then...
Have you fired these up at all? Have they just been nice little shelf fodder? I ain't mad if you have.
All of them have been at least turned on to see if they worked. I don't think I've played the Mega Man or the Virtua Fighter one too much.
Right.
And then this one, I don't know if this one counts. It's like a different, like a brand of them. But I also thrifted this one, so I don't know if I've ever tried this one. It's called a Tiger Barcodes. It's a Street Fighter 2 one, and it's got a card slot up top right here. So I think you must slide a card through that. But I've never looked into what this one actually is. I just, I see Street Fighter 2 and I see Tiger and I say, sign me up, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
So that's my surprisingly robust Tiger handheld collection.
Not bad, not bad.
Show it. Show us what you got, bud.
Oh, I just got the one. But it's a good one. It's Turtles 2.
Ooh, nice.
Plays pretty well. Konami one. It's not really Tiger, it's Konami. It's nice. Fits in the hand. I had another Konami one growing up. I had a Bill Elliott one. Bill Elliott NASCAR racing. I gotta say, it was pretty fun. I get pretty far in it. My dad and I actually passed it off a lot. This is 1990, which is pretty elderly, but pretty fun. Plays pretty well. I still play it every now and then. Every now and again. So there you go. All right.
You love to see it.
You do. So what we got coming up next, we have the Virtual Boy, and then I have like two real small rando things, and then we close it around here. So let's show off that Virtual Boy goodness. I've lost my mouse. There it is.
Hang on. We got some doubters in chat.
Oh, we got some doubters?
The properties didn't come out in those years, but the copyright for Tiger Electronics, you won't be able to see this.
Oh, yeah.
It is 1988 on the back there, all right?
For sure. Yeah, that's how it works.
You chumps.
All right.
What
are we doing? Oh, yeah, I was going to show... what do you got? You got vids of that? No, what do you got? You got a picture? You got a picture of that. Boom. Look at that beautiful boxed Virtual Boy set. My goodness. That's handsome looking.
So yeah, Virtual Boy is the only set in my collection that I have a full console library for. I don't really go for full sets, but the Virtual Boy is the one that I have every North American game for.
That's right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But not all. How many games are there in the set?
There's 14 in the US set. I think there's 22 in the the worldwide set.
All right. Cool. So that's what you have. Now mine is small one, but also new to me.
Mm-hmm.
So don't judge my room too harshly, but the Virtual Boy, the 4 games. I told the story on a recent Poly Kill podcast, but another more handsome and perhaps sweeter Steve sent me this as a listener of the show. He was a fan of the network, fan of the show, and said, hey man, I'm downsizing my collection. I have a Virtual Boy. I heard you mention that you really wanted one. What's your address? I'll send you mine. And I was like, whoa. We're not sending anybody anything, buddy. I want to pay for that. And he wouldn't have it. And honestly, I broke down easily because I really wanted a Virtual Boy. So I offered him the amount of times that was appropriate. and he resisted that many times, and then I ended up with a free Virtual Boy, so good for me. But it came with Wario Land, Mario Tennis, Tolero Boxer, and Galactic Pinball, and of course, the little book you see there, 2 controllers, the headset, and good shape. He just replaced the cables on it, very sharp looking, very good, worked just fine, fired her right up like a dream. So very happy to have that in the collection. Very new to me. I want to say that happened back in like October or something like that. So this is very fresh in the collection. I haven't even made a move on buying a new game for it. Still playing the ones that came with it. So thanks again to, I think it goes by Bionic Chef in some certain circles. It goes by Steve in other circles. So good fella, good guy. If you want to hear more of that story, you can listen to the latest Polykill podcast. But Steve, what you got to show us here? Did you bring a show and tell item?
Yeah, we'll just go back down the top 5,
All right.
which...
All right, let's see them.
You know, I was surprised to learn what the 5, according to, so I should say, I have my games in Game Value Now's collection arm of their site, which I know isn't always like super up to date. And I was surprised at how the prices have shifted since I was collecting it. But here's our actually, I got 4 for you.
Okay.
So we've got us a Panic Bomber, which has gone up a bit. I always used to think of one of the spendier boys being Nestor's Funky Bowling, but apparently Panic Bomber has knocked it out.
And I'm assuming that's a full-on Bomberman license, it's just a different name.
It's Bomberman, and then it plays like I think a Tetris Attack.
Cool. I love Bomberman, so that's probably one I will get loose, on my dream list.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it for sure. We got that 3D Tetris. So this is like a top-down, 3D axis Tetris where you have an X and a Y axis for where you're dropping the pieces.
X and Y.
This was one of the harder games for me to track down. Now this
let me ask you, when did you round out the set? When was the last time you bought a game? I mean, it had to be pre-Pandy.
Oh god, yeah. It was probably 2017.
Oh,
maybe a little sooner.
okay.
This is the most common and one of the most uncommon games on the system, and that's Mario Tennis. And that's because I'm a man who needs his cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pack-in game.
Yep.
It never came with a box, but when you rented it at Blockbuster, they wanted a box to show you. So a box was printed to sit on the shelves in rental stores. So that's why it says for display only.
That's right.
In the corner down there.
Super pricey
And
box.
so if you want to get cardboard around your Mario Tennis, this is the one way to do it. So I was lucky enough to scoop that box at some point.
And now I got questions for this one. So I mean, that one might be the highest like cardboard to cart price ratio difference. Like the cardboard is shoots it way up there. But also,
yeah.
What did you? I mean, I hate ballpark us or don't, whatever you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with. But what did you shill out for something like that? That seems highly expensive and hard to find.
It was expensive. It wasn't as expensive as it is now. When I found it, I had a save search for a long time, and I think I paid like 80 to 90 for it.
Oh,
which, all things considered, isn't that bad.
See how my Pandy brain is adjusted? I just said, to just cardboard.
Yeah, that's a nice piece of cardboard you got there for only almost $100.
I got the sickness.
And then, of course, our last boy here, and I'll tell the story of how I got it, is one of those big collector boys that's a Jack Bros.
Yeah, and I love that cover. I really want that game.
It's actually a surprisingly cool game.
I hate
Very
to hear
fun.
That. Yeah, I really, really want it.
It is recommended. It's got an incredible cover, like I said. So, when I got this and about half of my Virtual Boy collection, a good chunk of my Virtual Boy collection, someone did the thing where they put up a eBay auction for it was a headset, a controller, and then like 6 or 7 games, including Jack Bros in there, and it was 300 bidding or 350 buy it now. And on eBay, when you set an auction and you set a buy it now, if anyone bids on the auction, the buy it now goes away. So if you want to buy it now, you got to jump on it. So I happened to see it at the exact right time. I jumped on it, even though it was expensive.
Yeah.
Because I
knew
knew
get
that
higher. Yeah.
mostly I was just paying for Jack Bros. Everything else was free, and there was a couple of doubles in there of games I had already picked up, and I already had a headset. So I was like, all right, I can kind of cost justify this. It'll work out.
Yeah. That's how you got to do it sometimes.
But it was stressful because the dude shipped it to me. I opened it up, and all that was in there was an empty Virtual Boy box, like the console box that the headset came in. He had a separate listing where he had just sold the box for the Virtual Boy, and I guess he brought this stuff to UPS to ship it for him. He's like, here, this is the address, here's what I need shipped, and UPS crossed the wires, and they sent me the Virtual Boy box that someone had bought, and then they were sending this other guy the incredible lot.
No.
And it's like, that dude's not going to say anything. That dude is going to, he spent $50 on a Virtual Boy box, he's going to get a $700 Virtual Boy goodie box. He's not saying anything.
He's going to unplug his internet and move. That way he has that trace.
So I immediately contacted the guy. I was like, this is just a Virtual Boy box. He freaks out, but is thankfully somehow able to, because I guess I lived closer to him than the other dude. It's still in shipping to the other guy's house. He was able to like get a hold of UPS or get a hold of the postal service, whoever was shipping it, intercept the package and get it routed back to him. And then I shipped him the box back, and then he shipped me the proper lot. So
wow.
Good on him for like trying so hard to get it to me, even though he must have known that I was still getting a pretty solid deal on all this stuff. So I was I was sweating bullets for a little bit there because I was like, oh, this was like my one chance to own this game I've wanted forever. It's so expensive, and now someone else is going to get this like opportunity of a lifetime. And thankfully, we got it. It arrived. All is well.
Man, I mean, that could have gone really badly if that other guy had already gotten the package and he would not have been willing to give it up. He'd be like, fate brought it to me. It's mine now. You know?
Yeah, that's when suddenly he doesn't know how to find his message inbox on eBay anymore. He's like, I don't know, man. I didn't see it.
Well, I'm good on that guy for following through and making it right. So that's a scary thing, though. We've all had our eBay scares, so good on you. All right.
Bad Times asked, is that a game about the different Jacks from SMT? You play as the Pumpkin Jack and Jack Frost, and it's actually like a top-down twin-stick shooter, basically. It's like it uses the 3D pretty well, where you're on a floor top-down, you're shooting enemies, and then you'll find a hole and you'll drop down to the next floor. It's a really cool game.
Yeah. Cool stuff, my dude. Very cool. See, Bad Time's in there. I didn't say hi to him earlier. Or WG. Hey, WG, how's it going? That's Bill Chicago, by the way. He's a regular drunk friend, listener, and emailer. Merry Christmas to you as well. Scuffzilla. Looking handsome, I'm sure. Yes, sir. All right. Now, I didn't bring anything that you didn't show already, because you had yours sleek and nice in the cardboard, but, I'm so proud of my gosh dang Virtual Boy collection.
Mm-hmm.
I brought the whole set that I have here today. Just show those loose. Just this. They smell like nothing, and they're very light. They're very thin. If you've never seen a Virtual Boy cartridge before, it's amazing there's anything in here. What could be in there? Was it a cracker? It looks like a cracker. You can eat that. It's pretty tiny. Pretty cool stuff, though. Pretty cool stuff. I'll probably never have a boxed game for the system. And if I'm being true to myself, I might not have another game for the system. But it is what it is.
You'll get one at some point.
Oh my God, Musty Hobbit made it in here somehow. Who let Xbox in here? It's not an Xbox night. We did that last time.
Dylan, I'm sorry to make you sympathy panic. Don't worry. All's well that ends well.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, let's close it out here with a couple random things. Do you have any random things, Steve?
Do I have anything random to show?
Close it out with some randos. We got a few minutes here. One cool thing that
what do you want to see, man? I got nothing.
You got nothing? You got nothing else in there? Not a thing. Well, maybe I'll give you an idea here. So, I was messing around on an auction site. That's not eBay, just like an actual auction site where old people go to get their furniture, you know? And they had this, they had a Game&Watch listed. I don't own any of those. Didn't until this moment. And I was like, man, that looks like a cheap Game&Watch. And I double crossed it with all my references and was like, gosh dang, I think I could get this. And I did. And I'm still impressed because I got this for like $15. And I want to say it goes for like 70 or 80. So I just kind of snuck in. It is Manhole, which is one of the earlier ones. This says this is 1981. Ooh. It still works. Now, it might have had a battery switch at some point. The battery's pretty easy to replace. But it still works. You play a little pothole guy. And basically, it's just a little platformer. You got to get him across. I don't think it's showing up very well. But you got to get him across the manholes. And there's these little platforms that come by. You got to time it right, get them to the other side, and you get points that way. It's kind of cool. It's actually a lot of fun. It does double as a watch. They're not lying. It's a game and a watch. It's got time on there, man. Check that out. So
that's cool. Awesome. Tell you what. I'll show you my Game&Watch library here.
You got some Game&Watch? I knew you would.
Yeah.
I knew you would.
It's just right next to me here. Yeah. Here's my Game&Watch collection.
Oh, you son of a... That's not right. That's not right.
Man.
You know what's funny though? That one Fireman game on there where you're Mario the Fireman, I think. That's the one at the top right on that one. Stupid fun version.
This is a joke, but like Game&Watch Gallery 2 on Game Boy Color, I've played so much of this. It's really good. They have all the original Game&Watches, and then they have like remastered versions that had like modern Game Boy Color graphics and sound and stuff. Very cool. These are good collections if you're ever in the mood for some pick up and play.
Yeah, for sure. Other thing I was wanting to show, another Game&Watch, but from the other direction, an actual watch that is super. Come on, come in good there. Come on, focus. Look in there. Look. Come on. It's not gonna do it. It's Super Mario World, and you can play a little version of Super Mario World there. Let me get the light on there a little bit more. Get me back here or something. I don't know. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. But. That's it. It's cool. It's Super Mario. It says Super Mario World, but you play like a little Super Mario Bros. 4 version on there is what it's actually called. And my wife got this for me for my birthday because somewhat of a collector's item. And also, believe it or not, headphone jack. Guess what? Game Boy SP. You're not even as good as a watch when it comes to audio. Oh, you can see the band. The band there has Super Mario World on there. That's pretty cool. So it's pretty cool. Still works.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I would imagine there's a set of these you could acquire, but I also imagine they're expensive. But my wife spotted this and was like, hey, my husband's a nerd. He would like this. And I did. But those are my two little rando bits.
Very nice.
We've done it.
I think I'm all out of rando bits.
Burger Champ had the Zelda watch.
What else I got in arms reach here? I'll show this for Musty. Here, I got an Xbox 360 controller.
Let's have a look at her. Wow, my gosh.
Ooh, she's all wound up, you know? Got the breakaway cable. Probably can't get that back in live on there. Ooh, there you go.
All right. Well, folks, that's been another collection showcase. We managed to keep it at a real tight 2 hours. I want to say on the nose. We've done it. We killed it. We did great. We covered so many games, so many systems. I think I would love to see more of Blink's DS collection, to be honest. I think that's the one I'm most interested in getting that next layer. You know, you showed the top tier. I'd like to see the second and even third tier even. It looked like a good set. So, there you go, man.
Invite me back anytime. I'm happy to share.
Well, I will. And so, you know, I think everyone here is pretty familiar, but in you know, the small chance that you're not, please check out the Polykill podcast. Blink and I are all about beating those games. You know, we're showing them off here. They're on the shelf, of course. We like to look at them. We like to run our hands down the spines. You know how we do, the in one direction, in the other direction. Open and sniff. You know, we like to do all that, but we also like to play the damn things and see who made them at the end. Because, you know, if you look at the back of the box, there's not a full list of names of everyone. You have to actually finish the game, get that scroll, see who the voice actors were, who was the grip. I don't even know what that means, but who was the grip? You get the grip, folk. You can't find that out unless you beat the game, which is what we do. So we do that on Polykill. You can check that out. We try to make it fun. I don't know if it's fun or not, but I'm always trying.
I'm told it's fun. It depends on your definition of fun. Okay. So I think fun.
All right. Well, if you're having fun and I'm having fun, I mean, that's all that matters, really.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so there you go. I guess before we leave, maybe tell us your New Year's plans. What's the worst Christmas gift you ever received? We can chat for about 5 or 10, then we can just call her done.
I'll tell you mine. While people have the opportunity
Please.
to give us, I'm gonna do nothing. I got work until this coming Wednesday, till the 22nd, and then I'm off for 2.5 weeks, and I am just gonna do nothing.
Yeah?
Just play a bunch of games, have a bunch of fun. I'm quite looking forward to it. It's timely for this stream. I think it's gonna be a lot of handheld stuff. It's gonna be quite a good one.
Good. A lot of people didn't notice my cat back here, Ralph, of course. Looking, he showed up tonight. He's a handheld cat. He likes handheld games. So there you go. My plans for the New Year's, not much. Just resting up, gearing up for the MacFest. Excited about that. Now, I'm not excited about, every variant of COVID that they're advertising these days, so I'm going to wear 3 masks and just be drenched in Lysol. But we're going to have fun. Burger Champ's going to be there. It's going to be a good time. And if anyone else in the chat's going to be there, let me know. I'd love to hang
When
out.
is that again?
That is the, what is it there, 6th, 7th, 8th of January? Something like that?
There.
Let me pull it up here. It's that Thursday. Yeah, 6th, 7th, 8th. Ends on the 9th.
Yeah, Xboxer briefs. I'm going to need to know the story. A s'more maker isn't a terrible gift. I mean, it's not, maybe not a top 10 gift, but it's not terrible. But 2, you don't need 2. You don't need 2.
Oh, 2? I don't know. Why not? You could double. Just how many s'mores could you make in an hour with 2? A bunch.
Bad times out here getting mustard sardines. Oh my gosh.
You don't. I mean, I had them when I was a kid because I grew up with really old, weird parents, and we tried food like that. Like potted meat was a staple in my house, and I wouldn't touch that now. But I don't know if I'd like that as a gift, to be honest. Dylan got food poisoning for Christmas, and you know what? I've never had food poisoning, so consider yourself lucky. Andy says, what movies are you gonna watch on your break? Well, I tell you some movies. We're gonna watch we're gonna have a video game movie marathon there in the Discord. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll probably try to pop into that, so I'll see some of those. Otherwise, I'm not gonna watch movies because I'm gonna play games.
That's so you. Such a game player. Top spot. Worst gift I ever received. I could identify all the gifts under the tree by box shape except one. A long, slender box. I had no idea what it could be. Eventually, I had to peek. My folks got teenager me a 3-hole punch. Oh, man.
Oh, that's good. You hate to get a gift that's worse than just a stack of blank college ruled paper. Like one step down from that.
Yeah, seriously. Wowie.
Dean only got a single hole punch. He's doing 3 times the work for the same results.
It's like that's like the s'more maker. He got Hungry Bill got a plastic pirate hook as an adult.
No.
Like the one that goes on the end of your arm, like they were expecting to cut off your hand or something.
You know why you got that, Bill? It's because whoever gave it to you went as a pirate for Halloween that year, and then on their way to your place, they're like, "Oh shoot, I forgot to get him a gift," and that was the first thing they saw.
Yeah. Would you pick up an old hook and give it to someone though? Would you? If you're on your way out the door and you're like, "Oh, I forgot to get a gift. Let me get this old hook from my old costume." I don't know.
No, because that's so bad that it feels like that's worse than no gift.
I would get them some mustard sardines. Give them something they can eat.
Yeah. Fill their bellies up.
Yeah. Don't just give them a hook. They can't eat sardines with a hook hand. Good.
Top, that's some good irony that you still have it. See, and I bet you've used it plenty of times. Turns out a hole punch comes in handy.
Man, bad times. He says no movies for him. He's getting some beats in, so he's a man of your heart. He's a regular blink. Regular old blink.
Yeah. My favorite part about beats is when you post them on Twitter, the hashtag just beat it, and you tag Polykill, and then at some point, I let Trav read them.
That's a love letter to Steve every time. Bad times, I mean, your name's Bad Times. You have to have a bad gift story, you know?
That's true. Although, if I'm not mistaken, Bad Times.
Oh, did he already share? Oh, was it the
Not on YouTube, but on Twitter, your name is Bad Times GT. So I got to assume that GT is good times.
That's
Maybe
true.
we're getting a little from column A, a little from column B.
Well, that is true. I've seen some emails signed as such. Pirate Bill from here on out. Arr. Yeah, you know.
We figured out what he's hungry for. He's hungry for some swashbuckling.
That sounds vaguely threatening.
That's what I think of when I think of Bill. Vaguely threatening.
In a provocative kind of way, I'm hungry for swashbuckling. Who's with me?
I mean, again, on Twitter, Bandit's in the handle.
Yeah. Andy wants a 3-hole punch. I think we have a match made here. Hey, Top Spot, if you'd never gotten that hole punch, would you just be Top Spot 1?
Got him.
Got his ass. Got him.
Oh, got his ass. That's good. That's some gentle comedy, but that's some top tier quality.
It's gentle. It's gentle. You know, you can only work with what you have. Man, what a fun group tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out and looking at all of our stuff. Looking at most of Blink's stuff. Let's just say, let's give it up for Blink. Spending all of his money on those sweet, sweet games. Thanks so much, dude. Because if it were, imagine if we had tonight and we had the same size collection, how pathetic it would have been if if you
all
had
right.
my collection.
It's 7:12 Eastern. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah,
that was a fun one. Much appreciated.
I would just show my chewed up Game Boy games on loop.
I mean, that's true, and then we're gonna do the actual NES one, which is gonna be the one people actually show up for on this channel, like in droves.
I don't know. I don't think these people like the live stuff. They like 6 minutes about an NES game. They don't like 2 hours of show and tell for sure. But the important people are here, and that's all that matters.
That's true. Everyone in here, I love. I love all of you.
You can't mean that.
That relationship can get as parasocial as you want it to.
What did Burger Champ say? Maybe they just wanted you near them. After all, the hook brings you back. Oh, I see. He cooked that one for a while before he shared it.
Yeah, he kept that one in the hopper. He's waiting for his moment.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's abandon ship here, folks. Thanks again, and we'll see you here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in the next couple of months we'll do something else. What's next? We got Atari shit. We got all kinds. We got to get through the Switch at some point.
Yeah, we've got. I assume we're gonna have like an old boys and some randos. We'll probably have like a more modern Nintendo focused one, maybe like your Wii and up, GameCube and up, and then we'll have that old Nintendo. We'll close her down on some NES, but those won't come. I would assume not till at least late January. You think we would have planned this ahead of time, but not for a while.
Yeah, well, we have some other plans too, guys. If you do like us in the flesh, we're going to be doing a live polykill probably before we do another collection showcase. So be on the lookout for that on your local Twitters, or if you listen to Polykill Podcast, you'll hear about it that way for sure. Let's see. Someone asked a quick question here. Yes, I did post it on the community tab. The LHC Greg got some Pokemon cards, Design Games Pokemon cards that were sold in a plastic blister pack instead of the regular pack. All commons. Oh no. Hopefully she's not your aunt anymore. Got some happy holidays. Happy holidays,